All right, Aries, we're doing an energy check for you guys. Okay. I don't know why I feel like I need to push something out for you guys right now, but if it does resonate, please let me know in the comments or like and subscribe. You guys, there might be gossip going around in regards to possibly some type of situation that you was in the past. It may have been a relationship that you was in before. There may be gossiping. There might be people gossiping about a certain connection that you had with somebody in the past. Okay. There seems to be something specific that people are going around talking about in regards to a certain person. I think we're going to get into it, but there's definitely some secrets that are being exposed, whether that's from your end or the person that you were once connected to. I feel like, Aries, if you heard about some type of gossip, you're not engaging with it because you're choosing to step away. And with the Unbreakable card, that's you stepping away from hardship and anybody that's given you a hard time in the past. So that's pretty much enduring hardship, stepping away from hardship, like basically just keeping astray, but also learning your lessons at the same time. Okay. Whoever, like, this is definitely in regards to a certain connection, or maybe it's people that you had to stray away from, but it made you more tough. It made you more strong. It made you learn a lot in regards to who you are as an individual. Okay. Maybe your power was lost at some point when you were around a certain person or a specific person, and you gained that strength back. And you're going to do everything to protect it at this time, I feel, because it was a very hard time that you may have went through dealing with a certain situation from your past. With cuffing season here, you are looking for new love, Aries. And if you're somebody here that was a little bit skeptical in regards to starting over, you're starting to be more comfortable in regards to putting yourself out there, wanting a relationship, just seeing what's open, like just seeing what's out there and being open to a lot of things and maybe you were skeptical in the past about. Okay. But I do see here, like, you are open, even if it is a short-term connection, like you're willing to meet with people. Okay. We got mirror, mirror here. This is going back to past situations that you entertained in the past. Mirror, mirror is there because you feel like the people that you were once connected to, possibly in the past, were maybe you weren't doing your best, or maybe you weren't feeling your best. And maybe that people that you were once connected to, if it was a specific person, also was not feeling their best or looking their best. Okay. A lot of times when we're not feeling good about ourselves, we can end up in situations or relationships where that person is also not feeling good about themselves as well. And also with mirror, mirror, the self-awareness. So a lot of times with the self-awareness, you are self-aware what you put yourself through, Aries, with a lot of people and relationships. And you are self-aware and able to like be like, yes, I did this. I was wrong in a certain situation. Like, let's say if you were at fault for something in the past, maybe you were in denial. You are coming to conclusion that owning up to your mistakes is good. So somebody here at Aries is very self-aware in regards to their mistakes from the past and them being open to having honest, truthful, like, conversations, okay, in regards to what they did in the past, if they were wrong in certain situations. All right, what else? Let me get one more oracle for Aries. Safe space. You guys created a safe space for yourself because you realize being in solitude is pretty much better than being around a bunch of nonsense. Relationships, friends, family, phony ass people. You're now you're realizing here that your own solitude is where the happiness is. And you may have been skeptical, Aries, in regards to solitude and knowing what that felt like and being accepting of just being in your own space. But now I feel like you don't care, Aries. You don't care. You're at a point in time where you would rather be alone than deal with fishy, funny people. And let me tell you, I recommend, if you're not ready to be in no shitty ass relationship, that solitude is really where it is. And people always listen. I used to get the shit out of the stick all the time with people talking shit. Family members, friends saying, oh, you never gonna be in a relationship, oh, you too picky, blah blah blah. But my thing is, these are the same people in shitty ass relationships. So yeah, I would definitely love being by myself. Okay, maybe in the past I used to be in relationships, yeah, but I realized that solitude really is where it's at. You don't gotta deal with nobody's headache. You don't gotta respond to nobody if you don't have to respond. Like, it really is where it is. But people, they want you to be in shitty ass relationships, so they'll condone, oh, well, that's why you'll never. No, Aries, see, you're starting to get it, that you don't really need to be with anybody. You can be with yourself. Love yourself. That one wanted to come out, so we're just going to take that one. Let me get one more. We have the High Priestess in the reverse. You may have been with somebody in the past that was very shallow, and there was a lot of secrets and stuff that was hidden when it came to this person. Okay? Now, Aries, you may have been disconnected. This person may have made you feel like you were really disconnected from your intuition. Okay? And this is also somebody here that possibly was with you for a hidden agenda. Okay? There was a lot of stuff that made you feel uncomfortable when dealing with this person, where you couldn't put your finger on it, Aries. But I feel like as time went on, like, you started seeing this person for what they truly were. We got the World card here. This is a cycle that's completed. This is a cycle that's completed, Aries. This is somebody here that really hurt you in the past and made you feel disconnected from life, possibly. With the Knight of Swords here, I feel like you are standing up for standing up for yourself when it comes to this person. So if this person did hurt you in the past and you were you weren't being honest in regards to if this person hurt you in the past or what they did, you're speaking up about it. And that may end up being what the gossip is, because I feel like you might be telling your story when it comes to what you went through with this person. Right now, you're just focusing on money with the Knight of Swords. You're focusing on your goals, which is self-improvement right now. That's what I'm gonna think, that you are doing everything that you're doing right now because you're making up for lost time, Aries. You're making up for lost time. And whether that be because maybe you and this person that you disconnected from in the past, you're making up, like, even if it was both of your fault in regards to the disconnect, you're making up for lost time within yourself. And you're loving yourself right now because maybe in the past you didn't love yourself before. With the Knight of Cups here, there's another energy that's here. All right. This could be a friend or some type of this is like a third party interference here. This is somebody here that made you very jealous in the past, is a masculine. That you had to disconnect from as well. It could have been a water sign or an air sign. Where you had to disconnect from this person, and this is somebody here that puts you in a third party. Possibly. This is somebody here that made you feel really jealous, and you may have never felt as jealous as you were before. When Aries, I'm getting here that with the Knight of Cups and the Chariot in the reverse, I feel like somebody here made you lose control in regards to who you were and like yourself. It may have been a third party interference within this connection, and then also a certain person here, a feminine that was like that you completed the cycle with. And while you were completing the cycle with this person, there was a third party interference, and this person got in the way of making things right with somebody that you was possibly with in a relationship. This is somebody here, this masculine, it could have been a masculine that made you feel really jealous and insecure in the past. And I feel like this person, is opposition. Like this person did act as an opposition towards you, Aries. And very arrogant towards you as well. Like you may have even been friends with this person, but even if you felt like it was not an equal give and take, even from this other person's side, if they were your friend or a third party. Third party does not necessarily mean that it's like cheating. It could be family member, friend, spouse, whatever. But there was some type of situation here where it was a third party interference, where somebody here made you feel extremely jealous, insecure, and not as a man. Not as a man. I'm going to say it like that. If you're masculine, this person did not make you feel as if you were like that title. They made you feel small. And because of that, like you're now the King of Cups here in the upright. Whereas this person is possibly that. No, you're that. Where you're empathetic. You're showing like you're very empathetic. You're emotionally balanced. You're balanced right now. And I feel like it took a lot for you to be balanced, where anything to get you outside of that, you're not going to tolerate it. Okay? But somebody here does have love for you. You have the Lovers at the bottom. Somebody here does want to reconnect with you, but I feel like 222 on the timer. Somebody here definitely wants to reconnect with you, Aries. This person loves you, but they might be feeling, I feel like this is that person's energy, possibly. This individual here that you may have disconnected from in the past, it could have been a water sign or earth sign. This individual is feeling really withdrawn from people right now. They're not feeling connected with themselves. They feel like they lost their way when it comes to love or even just themselves. And they're feeling very stagnant. Like they're feeling really lonely right now, where if you used to talk to this person in the past, I feel like you cut off communication, where this individual definitely wants to come back to have something with you. All right. And I do see here that you still love this person with the Lovers in the upright. Aries, don't say that you don't love this person, because I see here within my cards don't lie. You still love this person. But I feel like the only way that you would want to reconnect with this individual is if you really feel like they feel the same way. You know that in your heart that you would go back to them if they feel the same way and you see change. So I do feel like there's going to be a cross watcher here. Aries, 100%, I feel like there's going to be a cross watcher here. So let's not lie here. Somebody here is going to be watching. Aries 100% still has love for the earth sign or the water sign. That's equal give and take. That's a partnership for real. You can't tell me that the Lovers is not in the upright. There's still love here between you and the Aries. But in order for them to come forward, they needed to be able to feel safe. Safe. They don't want to be in competition anymore or belittled as a person. Okay? But just know that Aries still loves at the end of the day. Aries still has a very big heart for whoever you are. Okay? All right, Aries, what else do we need to know in regards to this situation? You may have felt like your money was blocked in the past, Aries. And it may have been blocked in the past due to having a circus or ringer. There was a circus. You felt like there was nothing but circus, chaotic mess. Whatever situation this was, you felt like it was a goddamn circus where you needed to get out. You were sick of riding the circus over and over again in a circle, that you got out of it because you felt like your money was blocked, or you felt like something was blocked. It wasn't even just your money. It was many things that was blocked, but number one thing that was blocked was your money. Meaning that you weren't able to work. You weren't able to be, maybe money issues was one thing that made you feel small. Okay? Because maybe you was going through a hard time in the past. All right? Which we all go through. But I feel like money was a very sensitive thing that was being brought up many times when it came to a situation, and which made you feel very small. Okay? Mask. You started ripping people's masks off. I feel like a lot of people's masks started ripping off when you walked away from some type of situation here, Aries. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing underneath that bed? Something is wrong with Apollo. Something is wrong with you. All right? He's scratching my bed up like it's a goddamn circus. All right. The way, listen, he was running up the back of the headboard like a crazy moron. Something is wrong with this cat. All right. I had to put my glasses on too because my eyes were starting to get irritated by my contacts. But, all right. Where did we end? Since you want to be over here, where are you now? He's like a goddamn... What's wrong with you? You like a ghost. He's over there sitting down, and next thing you know, I turn my back and then he's not even there. All right. We're done with this deck. Aries. What the hell? I feel like you're very content wherever you are, whatever you're doing. You're very content with whatever outcome it is. And I feel like there's an Aries here that truly believes that if something is meant to be, it'll fall into place eventually. What's the closing message for Aries? Without interruptions from Apollo running up the back of my goddamn bed. We got fire sign, then we got air sign here. Aside from that, listen, we're not about to do, this is going to be a whole nother 20 minutes. Y'all had a fire sign and an air sign on the outside of all of this mess. This is other energies here. This is other energies. First time I'm feeling this energy here. You have an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Then we got a fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sag, that feel guilty for sabotaging. This is the sabotage card. So I feel like you either have an air sign or a fire sign that feels regretful and sorry for sabotaging some type, that I feel like this is extra energies. This is extra energy. That's on the outside of all this mess. Because this is the first time I'm feeling this energy here and seeing it. But feeling it mostly. They feel guilty for sabotaging. They played a hand in some type of disconnect that you had with somebody, Aries. Aries, I feel like you may already know this already. There's an Aries here that already knows this. And I feel like no matter what you went through in the past, these are people here that you possibly had contracts with. Maybe you made money with them somehow. All right, because we have the contracts card, but this is my Saturn card. Saturn rules my finances. So this is somebody the air you there's an air sign and a fire sign here that feels guilty for sabotaging some type of contract that you had. This is in regards to money. This is a separate message aside from your love message, because I feel like the first half was in regards to self-love, love, and now we're getting into finances here. You may have lost contracts in regards to some type of outside energies on top of what you was going through in the past. All right, which sabotage your finances, because that's the finance card with Saturn. But you know what? You've grown so much this summer. This is the growth in the summer card. You realize in here that you've grown too much to even address some of these people here that made you lose contracts or made you that feel guilty. You may have had people recently reach out to you to apologize for lost money, contracts that didn't fall through here, that really like put in a way of what you were trying to do. But listen, you're having an awakening. But you've been had an awakening, Aries. Ever since you went through something where it really hit you, where you had your last spiritual awakening, you have been really attending to yourself and really relying on yourself and nobody else. And you've been more spiritual ever since, where you're not letting anybody come in the way of your awakening and your growth. What are these? Because we in a different message here. What does this air sign or this fire sign feel guilty? I mean, they feel guilty for obviously sabotaging some type of you losing contracts. I feel like it has to do with money. You losing out on money. 100%. This has to do with finances. It could have been done with love, but we're going to be real. The Saturn card came out, that's with finances. They sabotage some type of contract that you had in the past. And now these people are sitting in regret because they now going through a hard time, just like they wanted you, or with fallen contracts, their contracts are now not falling through. Lies. They may have lied on some contracts. Tunnel here. What's tunnel? Gift. Somebody here wants to gift you something. I don't know where that's coming from. But somebody here is lied in regards to some type of contract here. It's close to home. Whoever... I feel like it has to do with tunnel vision. You might be somebody here with tunnel vision. And now you see real clear. Like you seeing extra clear with the tunnel vision in regards to lies. People here that I guess sabotage some type of this. They sabotage you having some type of home. That's why that's here. So if you did live somewhere and then maybe you moved or something happened with your house, they're in guilt and for sabotaging possibly a home situation. That's why home came out, because there's lies in regards to some type of home. And then tunnel is here because you need to use tunnel vision when it comes to this situation, even though you do see right through it. I mean, you're using your tunnel vision. This is somebody here that you possibly did live with, because we have the marriage and wedding card. So you were possibly with this person for a very long time, or they were like a spouse or a spouse. They sabotage contracts, finances, and you having a home. These people are now sitting in the same fucking energy that they wanted for you, Aries. Yeah, they are. But somebody here is really regretful and they want to bring you a gift. This is possibly the energy of somebody that loves you. possibly that lover that you disconnected with, possibly that you was married to. But with the death card, the death is here because you squashed this shit. It's done. The death card is when it's done. And I feel like that's why it's coming out, because I feel like you're just trying to bury this and put it behind you because it's something that really hurt you in the past. Because we got child here. I feel like child is coming out due to a lot of childish behavior that you surrounded yourself with in the past and you're no longer willing to deal with. All right, Aries. If it does resonate, please like, subscribe, or comment on my video. Peace out.